Welcome back to Sunrise. We are so pleased to bring you some very, very good news this morning. That incredible story of survival where a hiker has finally been found after going missing for 2 weeks in the snowy mountains. Hadi Nazari has separated from his fellow hikers on Boxing Day after straying from the path. He just wanted to take a few photos. The 23-year-old survived on creek water, foraged for berries and 2 muesli bars. Isn't that extraordinary? All in 13 days. He was finally rescued yesterday. What beautiful scenes they were. And for their take, let's bring in 7 News Aviation Editor Blake Johnson and the founding director of Western Sydney Women, Amanda Rose. Morning to you both. Lovely to see you. Amanda, I just love this. I've been tracking it for the last couple of weeks. They never gave up hope.
You know what? Give this boy a show. Yeah. You know, they've got those shows Alone, surviving in the wilderness, and he survived for 2 weeks. But it's also a really good story to show people that just because you're going on a hike doesn't mean it's automatically safe. You know, don't stray from the pack. It's kind of like swimming. People think, oh, it's the ocean, it's cool. No, it's actually quite dangerous. So it should be taken as an opportunity to tell the government we need some maybe more money put into the safety and awareness of hiking. But it is a wonderful story and he did amazingly well to survive it. Yeah, for someone who's new as well to hiking, I believe it was, something that they didn't do that often, and he just went straight, oh, that looks nice, and boom.
Yeah, he had equipment though, which really helped him, and he was a medical student.
But it was the water. It was the water, they said.
Exactly.
And that's interesting because a lot of people say you can survive without the food, but it's the water. So the fact that he was smart enough to know to do all these things, again, I think give this boy a show.
I think it is absolutely
Channel 7,
amazing.
you heard it here.
Isn't it wonderful? Blake, so he had the water and only 2 muesli bars and foraged berries.
I know, I think he needed some of those smoothies that Katie was making earlier.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this before. What was going through his mind for those 2 weeks? I'd love to know how he kept himself from going insane. And I just thought if that was me, I would have chosen the poison berries and probably fallen asleep on an ant mound. So I'd be no good.
Oh, it was just so delightful to see him. I loved seeing one comment online from Polly that said, absolutely fantastic result. I'd eat 2 muesli bars in 13 days and still wouldn't lose weight.
Must be over 40.
Funny. Oh, we're just so happy for him. What a delightful story this morning for Hadi. His family must be truly delighted, and there he was found yesterday after 300 people were involved in that search effort. Just a wonderful, wonderful job. All right, let's move on now. And flights to the UK are set to soar as a new mandate comes into effect, which requires all planes arriving into the country to be filled with at least 2% of green fuel. Now, in an effort to move away from traditional jet fuel, so it's for our planet, Blake, this will affect Australian travellers who go to the UK, and it's only set to get more, 22% by 2040.
Yeah, it's quite the hike. I think the figure's saying that it'll add about $600 a year to a family of 4's flights if you're coming and going from Heathrow. Look, I wear 2 hats on this one. On the consumer side, acutely aware as a customer how expensive flying is, particularly domestic in Australia or even to Europe. The other side is an aviation reporter, and I know just how much sustainable aviation fuel will play in the medium to long-term future of flying. Mandating it, you can make a case for or against. Australia is in a particularly privileged position. We could be a real leader in this space, especially in our region, because we have all the byproducts like cooking oils and sugarcane that can make sustainable aviation fuel. It is only a small, tiny amount of the industry that runs on SAF at the moment. So to force the issue, it's going to be a bit of short-term pain, potentially for some long-term gain.
0.02% of aviation fuel is made up of these products. Cooking oil and plant-based products. Will be very interesting to see what happens with that. Now, finally, a woman has sparked much debate online over whether she should break up with her 23-year-old boyfriend because he sleeps with a stuffed toy. Okay. Now, she says, I'm obsessed with this. She says he's otherwise normal. He drives her to work early. He's lovely, comes from a good family. She says that he's not dealing with any trauma, but he sleeps with a soft toy. Amanda, would you break up with him?
It's a 15-foot soft toy.
Dragon.
He holds it, cuddles it to go to sleep. Look, my advice is if you're uncomfortable, you're 23 years old, run. Find someone else. There are plenty of fish in the sea. If you're, really uncomfortable about something this young and this early in a relationship, just move on.
She's torn, though, because he's otherwise a lovely bloke, Blake. However, the serpent dragon, he works on it and he adds details to it and he hand washes it, etc.
That's
and that
normal.
shows that he cares for something. Hey, look, this is not an off-piste fetish. This is just a teddy bear that keeps him comfortable. And I read the post where she says that he drives her to work at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, even though she starts at 9. He watches all the shows and TV and music that she likes, even though she knows he doesn't like it. Girl, you don't know how good you've got it. Like, respectfully, sit down.
Do you have a stuffed toy yourself?
He has
what this is?
100% got a stuffed toy. What is it? Come on, Blake. What is it?
No, I just have 2 cats, so I prefer the real pets.
Okay, so you don't sleep much then, because they'd be waking you up all the time. I reckon it's a little soft plane. All right, thank you to our aviation expert, Blake Johnson, and thank you so much. It's so lovely to see you. As always, Amanda Rose.